So here at NCJW New York, we take a two-pronged approach to solving the inequities in this city. We're providing direct services to help people who are facing food insecurity, people who are isolated, at risk of decline, people who are grieving a loss. And in the long run, we're working on progressive policy advocacy for systemic change.
I want us to get to a place where our programs become cohesive, where participants from our hunger program join our CLL classes, where children from our children's literacy program attend our back to school store, or even participants from our hunger program, their children join our back to school store.
The back to school store is a time where everybody in the staff and the community comes together to work on this one program, and so it's just a really great experience of like everyone coming together, everyone pulling together. As soon as the first kid comes in and is shopping and is having that experience, all of the stress and all of the frustration goes away because it's just so fun and so rewarding.
The food pantry is open to anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, what faith you believe in, and what gender you are. It just really doesn't matter. During the pandemic, I always felt after I left the pantry that I had made a really big impact, and that always felt really fulfilling, especially on days when it was really cold outside, or when it was snowing, or when it was raining, and we still saw a lot of people coming through, and we knew we had to show up, and we knew we had to do this because it didn't matter that the weather outside was really bad. People were still lining up around the corner to get food. Like, no matter what was going on in my life, this was really important, and I had to come back and do it week after week.
I think that NCJW New York, and especially our hunger program, headed into the unprecedented pandemic with a real strength that other organizations maybe didn't have. The combination of excellent and experienced professional staff together with an incredibly dedicated volunteer base. And I think our clients were incredibly surprised and incredibly grateful that we were there for them every single week without fail.
Many of us are going back to in-person meetings, and we're going back to our offices, and life is getting back to normal. But for the communities we serve, there's still a struggle. And that is what I think is so powerful about the mission of this organization.
I think we're at a place where we want to bring a sense of community back and bring our clients back into our building so they can feel connected to it again. Many of them have expressed interest in wanting to come back into our space, have a seat, sit at a table, connect with other clients and other members, because that's really important to them. And that's something that we really do here. And that's really my role as well, is to create this sense of belonging in this building.
I think the senior community is a community that is often forgotten about. Families and children are important and get a lot of attention, as they rightfully should, but our seniors are susceptible to real isolation and being forgotten. And what NCJW does, providing community and fun classes and pulling people together, I think has really been a strong part of the mission here.
The Council Lifetime Learning Program is one where you continue to learn for as long as you live, and I like that. I like the idea of always trying something new and different. There's a lot of self-expression, a lot of creativity, as well as the socialization that's a part of it. You make friends. We talk not only about whatever arts and crafts we're involved with, but what books we've read, what exhibits we've seen. We trade books back and forth. It's a nice community.
What I think is really incredible about this organization is how it has stood the test of time. That it was started over 100 years ago by Jewish women who were wealthy and who didn't have the opportunity to work. And so they wanted to give back. And it grew out of a reflection of what those women cared about and thought were kind of the ills of society at the time. And yet it has endured. So we came to the organization as clients. I had actually experienced a pregnancy loss about 10 years ago. And it was devastating for me and for my husband. And we were looking for support and found the pregnancy loss support program. Of all the things that we did during that time, being clients of this program was by far are the most healing and the most impactful for us. And I always felt like when the time comes, I want to circle back to be a part of that organization and to try to give back somehow.
So as a faith-based organization, it's really important for us to be on the front lines of the reproductive rights movement and the abortion access movement. We believe that our faith propels us into this work. Our pro-truth campaign around crisis pregnancy centers is something that came from an idea that I had when I was still a volunteer here, and we've made it into a really significant campaign that's getting attention and is doing really important work. To me, NCJW means values and action.
Change, impact, and community.
NCJW is person-centered and strength-based.
NCJW New York is mighty.
NCJW New York is a place where people can feel cared for, and we can have great impact on our communities to make sure everyone has the full dignity that they deserve.